Hello, everybody. I don't know where we're going with this one. I've got the song Wings by Birdy in my head. It just came in as I sat down to record this reading, and I looked over at my divination charms and saw this wing just sitting there, standing out to me. I can also see a little fairy. I'm using a new deck, the Elemental Oracle deck, which is really beautiful. Haven't used it yet for a reading, so let's see what wants to come through. Thank you, Spirit messages that are of the light, the best and highest good of all. I'm just getting a feeling like there's a moment that suddenly we find ourselves, and that might be individually, but it feels collective to me in a core. I thought I was coming on to do a quick reading. I'm not sure I am anymore. I'll show you the image in a second. Oh my gosh. Breath. Anything else, Spirit? Thank you. Anything else? Two more. And the biome on the bottom of the deck, which is actually a 44 card, and that feels significant to me. Connection, the biome. I'll see what flipped over and I'll show you what we've got. Magnetism. Lights go out. In a moment we're lost and found. I really thought I was coming on here to do a quick short reading. I got this deck. This deck that I got was because it had imagery that related to Earth, and I so often get Earth messages that I really struggled to crack using cards because I just don't have cards that represent what the energy feels like, and there's a piece of me doubting what's coming through. Anyway, I don't think there is any doubting the message today. Inner core solidity. Well, there's a lot on this card, but I will show you it and then I will have a closer look. Lights go out and in a moment we're lost and found. So immediately in this card, I didn't even notice the faces. I noticed the earth cracking open. And I know we're expecting a massive earth event at some stage that is part of her own journey, but is also part of our journey. And I have always felt that there is a way that when this happens, it will bring us together. Yeah, it will make us realize that, chills. It will make us realize that the division that exists within us because of borders, race, nationality, whatever these concepts are, holy moly, that currently divide us when an event affects the whole earth. There is no denying that we are all one. And this is what, to me, this card is showing us, is a massive earth event. But look, there's all hands connected with a peace dove in the middle. And the word says solidity, but actually I'm getting a sense of solidarity. They're also different nationalities, the two faces there as well, in a core, but all the same on the inside. The next card that came out was Breath. It's a 27 card and it says life. It's got a picture of a heart and a woman whose arms are almost caught up. Life, breath. And then the next card was connection, the biome, but I'm getting just this again. And what I was just getting with this is like, this is the Earth's heart, the inner core of the earth that comes busting out, and we're recognizing that not only are we all connected, but we are connected with her and her energy and her own process that she's going through, and that everything we do not only affects each other, but it affects her. The other card that flipped out and landed on the inner core card is magnetism, attraction, 37 card. But I was almost getting, with how that came out on the message I was getting around the earth rift, is it's like the Schumann resonance kind of piece of a massive spike in that generates this Lights go out, and in a moment we're lost and found. There's a little bit more to that chorus. Let me just have a look. Lights go down, in a moment we're lost and found. I just want to be by your side if these wings could fly. These damn walls, in a moment we're 10 feet tall. And how you told me after it all we'd remember tonight for the rest of our lives. Yeah, it's a moment that changes everything. Okay. I am going to use another new deck to just try and unpack this a little bit more. It is the Unfolding Path, which seems to speak to the overarching message. So, yeah, Ace of Swords and the Emperor. I was going to read. Okay, let me just finish shuffling. And then I'm actually going to see what the book says about these cards before we move on. Inner Core 18. Interesting. So this card does speak a lot about the inner core of the earth, its size, its shape, also the fact that it's solid. But this piece, given we got the magnetism card, the solidity gives stability to the earth, and while not magnetic itself because of the heat it throws out, it does affect the magnetism of the outer core. And then it speaks a little bit about developing a sense of solidity in our own lives. Okay, and then interesting cards. They're very scientific, which you don't usually see in this kind of space. The breath card is very much about breathing, oxygen exchange, and the link between breath and spiritual pathways, and also managing our nervous system. And then 44 is the biome, which is the last card of the deck. That's interesting, isn't it? Yes, it is, because I just got chills as I said that. We'll see if we get the world card or any like ending or new beginning cards. It feels really big. Like this is the phrase that's wanting to come through is like the end of the start of the end. I don't feel like it's an ending. I feel like it's a new beginning. So what's like, it's something that shifts us so dramatically that there is no going back is what this feels like. Anyway, 44, the biome. Biomes are not ecosystems, they contain ecosystems. Some ancient cultures, and some people today, thought that the earth was alive as a being that had awareness, and therefore all parts were important to the whole. The biomes on earth fit together like a giant jigsaw puzzle or patchwork quilt. The health of one can affect the health of the other. Okay, I'm just going to share something from a video I watched on YouTube yesterday. It was a Just Tap In interview with Emilio, blanking on his surname, sorry, with Ann Tucker, who I love. And she was speaking a lot about Earth and the process Earth is going through right now, where she's feeling really lonely and isolated and disconnected from other planets within the galaxy. And that's part of this Earth Rift piece. Would strongly recommend you go check out that interview. And if you haven't already, go check out Ann Tucker. And she does weekly channeling of the angels a lot around these events. This all feels very relevant. In that interview, as I said, they were speaking about Earth. They were also speaking about how we, as humans, are part of the Earth's nervous system almost. And it is that connection between us and the Earth that feels really important here. And that's why I'm saying the Earth can't go through this without us realizing how connected to her we are, to her heartbeat. And it's that concept of as above, so below. There's the Wheel of Fortune. Fascinating. That's right. Yeah, start here. Okay, can you tell me more about the inner core piece? I feel like there's so much more to these cards than that book speaks to. The Hermit and strength at the bottom. So this is Virgo energy. We're in Virgo season. We've just had the first of 2 Virgo new moons. But it also is speaking to that energy I was just talking about that they were saying in this. Gosh, there's lots coming through here. They were saying in this interview yesterday around Earth feeling isolated and in some way isolating herself as a result of that before this big Earth event. But the Hermit energy also speaks to isolating yourself to allow that connection to the divine, to allow that connection to something beyond ourselves. And that journey, to tap into that. And you can see, I don't know, all of the lines around her is really drawing my attention. And then strength was at the bottom of the deck, which I've taken. I'm feeling very strong lines portal energy here, which we had on the 8th of August. So yeah, 18 days ago. Whether or not you believe that that is a real portal based on how we currently tap into it, but there's something there, especially with it's the infinity sign that's really drawing my attention. Okay. Oh, and then death under that. Oh my gosh, this is blowing my mind. And then actually the Two of Wands, which is like choosing a direction, and she's facing the direction with this earth. Where again, it has lines all coming out of it. It's like this new path for earth. Death is, death and rebirth. She's rebirthing. The earth rift is her birthing herself into a new path, new earth, for those of you that relate to that concept. And I just split to Wheel of Fortune. This was all divinely timed. Wow. 3 major arcana. All right. Can you tell me more about this breath card, please? Actually, I'm just going to go to the magnetism piece first. Anything about the magnetism piece? 1, 2, 3. The Devil. Justice. The Devil and Justice. Magnetism. Wow. The Moon, the Ace of Wands. The Devil and Justice. Magnetism, attraction. I just saw the Star card too. I'm not getting a bad feeling off this. It's almost like, we're freeing ourselves. This frees us. This brings us back into balance and her back into balance in some way. Yeah. I don't know what this is. Something's coming through around, oh my gosh. So many chills. Something is coming around freeing ourselves from devil energy, which to me speaks to the systems and structures and of control that we exist in. And that, something to do with harvesting our energy in multiple ways. This event brings that back into balance, but I'm really strongly getting she's been affected by this too. Whoever the devil energy are have been harvesting her energy, sucking the life out of her. And what's coming through there is, again, that as above, so below, as within, so without. There's aspects of what we have all done as individuals that's done the same. So, I'm sitting here totally shocked by this realization, and yet I'm using electricity to record this reading and whatever else I'm doing today. Yeah, there's something there she wants us to know. Like, we can point fingers all we want at the extreme ways that has been done to her, to us, but we've also been doing that to her and to each other in some way. I was having a conversation on the weekend, this feels relevant now, around my beliefs, and I'm really diving into all of this very deeply right now. So whatever I share now, I reserve the right to change my opinion on, but I was having a conversation around my beliefs around heaven and hell and how I believe we're creating heaven on earth. And that will be this new earth. That will be us stepping into and embodying unity consciousness, Christ consciousness. And to some degree, I'm feeling that shift in little moments already. And I know other people, even in that podcast I was talking about before, there are people that are feeling that, and you might be one of them. And then the question came to me, well, what about hell? Do you believe in hell? And I said, no, I don't. I believe in some ways we exist within the constructs of hell, of the devil energy. It's all of the things that keep us controlled in some way. And that can be our own beliefs, like shame, fear, judgment, ego to some degree, but it also can be the systems and structures that feed into those things that keep us in this hamster wheel of feeding the system, feeding the devil energy. Perhaps there's something about this event that is so disruptive to all of that, that it really allows us to consciously choose a new path forward, is kind of what I'm saying. It's like this great reset where we can come back into balance with each other, with the earth, and recognize that connection there and actively choose to move that way, to no longer exist in the ways that we have, that have drained ourselves, that have drained her, that have drained each other. We're bringing things back into balance with the Justice card. Ding. Okay, what about this breath card, Spirit? Anything on the breath card? Breath, life, heartbeat of the earth. Whoa. Oh, moon was at the bottom of the deck before and it's just jumped out, so we definitely will take it. For some reason I'm feeling like I still need to shuffle 1, 2, 3. Moon and nine of swords. That's interesting energy. I might need to clarify that, and I'm feeling like I need to do that from a different deck. The moon is like our subconscious. It's things that are hidden to us, which will be, to some degree, for many people, all of these things. She's also holding a cup. Oh, it's not the moon. It's star. We did have the moon there before. Okay. Star. Wish fulfillment, healing, hope. Show you the card, sorry. The overflowing cup is really drawing my attention as well. Versus the Nine of Swords, which is, anxiety, things that were keeping you up at night, nightmares, really being caught up in your head. Breath. I'm kind of getting, with this energy, it's kind of how Earth was described as feeling in this podcast yesterday, but also as I was listening to that, I was like, oh, isn't that interesting? Because I'd never thought about that, which I should have, because it's one of the basic hermetic principles, again, as above, so below. But also, how many of us feel hermit, isolated, up in our heads, anxious, stressed, constantly worried about things? There is some, almost getting release of this that comes as a result of this, even just as a result of the recognition of our connection with the earth. Star twice. Anything else, Spirit, on that? Any other messages that want to come through there? I'm not sure what that one was. Wheel of Fortune again, and the Fool. Wow, this is so beautiful. I'm so glad I sat down to do this. The Fool, new beginning. We are releasing this by recognizing our connection with the earth and healing together with her, alongside her. Jump, please. Lastly, connection, biome. Connection, biome card, please, Spirit. Ace of Swords. Wow, what a reading. Queen of Cups. There's the Sun at the bottom of the deck, and Judgment, and Ace of Pentacles. Connection. Queen of Cups is highly intuitive energy. Very heart-centered. I'm also noticing the lotus in her cup, like coming up out of the darkness almost, out of the mud, out of this. And then we have the Ace of Swords, which is truth. What's coming through is divine truth. Divine truth of our connection to each other. And I'm also getting there, this unity consciousness does allow us to access this endless knowledge. Recognize we have access to all the knowledge and information that we want. Like a Akashic record kind of feeling is coming through there. Sun and Judgment, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, we get the choice. We do. The other side of this event, we get the choice. Do we want to say stuck in this because or do we, oh wow, something else just come through. Do we choose to stay stuck in this because we're scared? Are we too scared to let go? Like our shackles open, we can get ourselves out of that. But some people are going to look back and get stuck. The advice is to move forward. Trust that you will be caught. Like she's stepping off the cliff and trusting. That's the choice right now. New beginnings. We've got Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles here. Okay, any last messages for this, Spirit? I really wasn't expecting this one. It's beautiful though. And two more. 2, 3. Magician. So many major arcana out today. This is huge. If this is Earth Rift, whatever this is huge. It literally changes everything for us, including making us recognize that we have the ability to create our own reality. Trust. Trust that you will be caught. Take the step, take the leap. You literally create what catches you as you do so. And there's a piece there around not resisting it. You have to fully trust and surrender for this to be possible. Oh, wow. Okay. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. If you're having anything, I just split to the Empress. If you're having anything similar come through for you, and if this resonates at all, I would love to hear. All right. Wishing you a beautiful day ahead. Bye, everyone.